Hi guys, my name is Hari. I'm here to give you an introduction to Aura.Router version 3. So, in an earlier episode, I mentioned about an introduction to Aura.Router version 2.x, but it was not compatible with 3.x. So, I would like to give you a quick introduction to the version 3.x series. So, in order to install Aura.Router, you want to do right composer require Aura.Router. So for 3.8, the Aura.Router depends upon the PSR7 request and response. So the PSR, you probably want to look into PSR7 by PHP fig. So one of the library that is compatible with PSR7 is Send Framework Diacrus. So you want Send Framework Send Diacrus to be also installed. So once you run composer require, these things will be installed. You probably want to wait for a few minutes because my bandwidth is not that much fast. So in the meantime, I will show you how the structure of the our router docs are. So in the repo you can see like there is a docs folder, there is a src folder and test folder. So the docs contains all the documentation for the you can look through the readmes of getting started. The thing you want for the first time you want to start is you want to look at the getting started actually. So basically from the page, also from the Aura PHP website, you can go to the packages, you can click on the getting started in Aura Router 3.8. I believe, yeah, this is currently installed. So once you install, you can fire the atom editor. So this is some so these are the files. So it's like composer.json and composer.log. You don't want to bother about these composer JSON files for now because it's installed by the composer actually. So yeah, so let's file. Now let's save this particular file in the www folder. Sorry, the www new folder www create an index.php file. uh, Now you want to get the autoloader. So this is basically the stuffs that you always do. So if you're not familiar with composer and all, you probably want to look what it is and how it does. So the thing is, first you want to, in the getting started, you will see you want to get an instance of root container. So you can just copy and paste it there. Then not to add a root, you want to get the map from the root container. So that's also simple, like you can just add a map to the root. So if you are using get method, you want to use get like this, post patch this method. So for example, in the current state I am going to use a get for the block slash id for the root. So in this particular one, okay, so the root is like this is the root name, The other one is the path of the root. Then it's this is like a closure, but you can also pass like a string. This is actually handler or controller, whatever you can call it. So for the current time, let's say you pass a closure. Now, in order to find whether the root has matched, you want to use a matcher. So to match a root, you want to get the matcher from the root container. So it's like root matcher. Now you want to check on the request. Now the request object is actually a PSR7 implementation. So it's like this one. We install send address. Okay, now we want to make sure like this root already is the, so it's like if root, if not root, echo no root found. Okay, so if a root is found, you will get a match. Now you can get the match and you want to add the attributes from the root and to the request object. So this can be done via like this. Now you know this is a callable. Your root handler is a callable for this is a root handler actually. So if you are using strings and all, you probably want to do accordingly, like whatever your logic is. You may probably want to compare, check here whether this is a callable, then you can call the call like this or a different way. So in this particular one, the documentation is missing the response actually. So you want to create a response for the same before you pass it. So response is equal to new then directress response. So for a full complete documentation, check the syntax actually. So this is like this. Now once you have the response back, you probably can use or look into the send framework, send directress. There's a message class actually. Sorry. So this contains a message trait. So this message trait contains some information about how you can pass the echo the headers from the response body and all. So it's basically just copy and paste for a few lines of code. Um, so now you want to echo the response back. Now there is also a typo in the here. I just noticed. I believe that's all for now. Then let's fire up server. Actually, I think there is something, yeah, here. So as I copied and pasted, this was a message, but it was not message. This is actually a response actually. Okay. Now let's copy and paste the link and see what it returns. No root found. Okay. So if no root is found, we can adjust it. Okay, fine. So now we have a root call, let's say So you will get the ID of 1231 here. So from the get attribute on request, and you can pass the response back. I hope this tutorial helps you to get started with our router version 3. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.